Yo, what's up with y'all? It is the E, the Fro, Gravity Groove. Hi, we're gonna do some M20 draft today, and I've been drafting a pretty good amount of this set because it's on the cheap mode, which the cheap mode is good, the cheap mode is life. I usually just take everywhere I can, but I did find a little app that I added to the system that will tell me if I already have 4 of that, which is pretty cool. I've had a few 6-1s or 6-3s, a couple 7-win runs, and I've had at least 2 or 3 0 and 1-win runs with decks I thought were really good. Because you got to watch the curve, ladies and gentlemen. Now this overlay seems like it incorporated LSV's ratings of these cards, which is pretty cool. So when we're on the fence about a card, we have another perspective on whether it's good or not. We could take the Bishop of Wings, which we don't have 4 yet, but it is a pretty bad card, admittedly. And quite a bit worse than Chandra. If we wheel any of these green cards, I'd be psyched about that. The Vorklaw, Leafkin, Sentinel, the Mass, these are all fine to come back, even the Digger. So while I normally would, just rare draft the crap out of this, I want to play this a little more serious, and I think we'll take the Chandra.
I don't know what I'm doing here, but it's gonna be fun.
And immediately punished by the top tier white card in the next pack. Painful, painful, so painful. Well, we have way too many choices in this pack as well. Scholar of the Ages is totally insane. I mean, being able to get like a Chandra's Outrage or 2 back is just totally nuts. Pacifism, we're out of white now. That ship has sailed. We screwed that up. The most powerful card in this pack is got to be between Leafkin Druid and Agonizing Siphon to me. Leafkin I'm a little more interested in taking just because we already saw a Leafkin. And if it does wheel, it would be really, really nuts. This naturally lends itself to wanting more elementals. So I think we're incentivized to draft more elementals. Nothing here is super exciting. Ferocious Pup is decent in that we might be able to pick up an Overcome in the future, and Ferocious Pup is very good in that scenario. I'm not 100% certain we're any specific color yet. Aeronaut is a fine card, but doesn't lend itself to any particular strategy. I think this is pretty underrated, but it's pretty deep in blue. So far we have seen some pretty powerful blue and white cards, but it's only the first 3 picks, so we definitely could have gone a different direction here. Most powerful card in the pack. We could take Siegebreaker and end up splashing black. Or end up in black-red. It seems decent. We'll see more pups. Okay, we have Vorklaw, Mammoth Spider on color. We have Blood for Bones in potentially going into black-red. We don't have any super powerful cards yet for Blood for Bones. Sanitarium Skeleton is also very good. I think this is also underrated. Being able to just brick wall the biggest creature forever really requires your opponent to commit to worse attacks to get through, which I found to be pretty underrated. The other 2 good picks here are Mammoth Spider and Vorklaw. These are both very good. If we're more of a defensive deck trying to get elemental synergies online, then Mammoth Spider does more for us. I feel like this is a maybe. I don't want to commit to that yet. So I want to stick in one of our primary colors, and right now we could end up being green-black. And Blood for Bones is better when we have a huge bomb that we want to recur, and we don't have a huge bomb at the moment. So I think we just take the Mammoth Spider. These are tough picks. These are actually quite tough picks. We have Pulse Marasa, which again gets better if you have a bomb creature. We don't have that yet. Feral Invocation I'm a big fan of, but they tend to come around pretty often. Destructive Digger and Smuggler are just okay. Huh. Smuggler tends to be pretty good in these colors, but only if you get Berserkers and Lavakin Brawlers. And they tend to come pretty late. Cool. This isn't a card I necessarily run, though. This is. Immediately see another Smuggler. Okay, so Embercat is potentially very good here. We only have one elemental right now, and it's not one we care about accelerating. But there's also Soul Salvage in the pack, which again makes black as a splash or black as a color look very good. Soul Salvage saves these long decks. But Embercat being an elemental and on color, I think I have to take it because I'm sure I would play it if I'm in red, whereas I don't know if I'm going to get the cards I need for Soul Salvage to be good. Again, we have very good black card, reasonable red card. I don't love 4 mana. I mean, it just trades. If you're not turning a land into an actual spell here, it's just a bad card. But we're going with our colors. Very, very late Bone Splinters tells me that I should have been in black. Being that this mode is best of 1, the Fry doesn't really do anything for us. Okay, so we wanted either the Greenwood or the Vorclaw to wheel, and we got, the Digger as well. I like 1 Vorclaw in every deck. It is an elemental too, so if we do happen to get a more payoffs. Ferocious Pup also wheeled, that's pretty cool, as did another Bone Splinters. Yeesh. Could have 3 Bone Splinters and a Sanitarium Skeleton. Feels bad, man. Okay, we take the Pup here, and hope we get an Overcome in the next round. Aeronaut's fine. It would currently be our only flyer. None of these do anything for us. Steel Overseer is a snap pick. It's good by itself, and it makes things like Pattern Marchers much better. If I weren't taking the Steel Overseer here, I would probably be taking the Shock. This is a really good pack, honestly. There's lots of picks. I'd be happy to see one of these green or red cards make it. The Dragon Mage I would run, although it's not very good. Ember Hauler, Feral Invocation, Shock, Pup, Pack Mastiff. These are all fine things to potentially wheel. Another Scholar, jeez. Black-blue would have been real brutal. Another Leafkin Druid. A Mask of Immolation. A Rapacious Dragon. Rapacious Dragon's good. We don't have any flyers at the moment, so having something evasive could prevent us from having the stall game. We have no removal at the moment other than a lone Chandra, so I am hoping we get an opportunity to take some pump spells at the very least. Between Leafkin Druid and Rapacious here, I think the first Leafkin is worth a lot more than the second. So we probably take the Rapacious Dragon. We have a Shock and another Leafkin Druid. I think we have to take the Shock here. I love both of these cards. They're both very, very powerful. Sometimes Scorpion is the only way you can beat a bomb card like a Rotting Regisaur. And I hope we get access to something like this, because 7/6 is just incredibly awkward to block, and often if they're dropping it on turn 3, you're just dead. It's nice to have insulation against that sort of thing, but you can't always. We've gotten almost no elemental cards in this entire pack. That is a huge bummer, because that would have made this deck really good with our leadoffs here. We've got Chandra, 3 elementals, and we just haven't seen any at all. Extremely, extremely bad for us, really. This is a fine 2-drop, but nothing I'm excited to run. This pack's actually pretty bad. I guess we take the Dagger Sail, since we already have 3 2-drops at the moment. Yeah, this is very bad pack. Another Chandra is bizarre. It definitely makes this pick worse, because now we have too many 4-drops. But we do have to take the second Chandra.
I think I'm a decent enough pyromancer.
Boy, these picks are bad. Basically an all blue pack. We don't want another 4-drop here, so Pack Mastiff it is. Our first attempt at a Lavakin, which we're taking. I mean, we have 1 Smuggler, and maybe we get more. It's a very strange deck in that it's almost exclusively mono creatures. Appears to be mono creatures. We haven't seen a single Overcome, or we would jump right on that too. Ferocious Pup or another Smuggler. Well, we have Pack Mastiff and Lavakin now, so we probably take the other Smuggler. So the Feral and the Dragon Mage both wield. I think we need the Feral. Taking the second Pack Mastiff is cute, but we have very little removal or interaction, and I feel like we need to start shoring that up. Oh wow. 2 in a row. 2 in a row seems good. In all creature deck, some Ferals seem good. I wouldn't mind the other Mammoth here, but I think the second Feral is better than the second Spider. Huh. These are all cards we're not going to run. This wield, okay. This has not been a super good draft. We haven't really gotten access to anything bonkers powerful. And that trend will continue. We have a Leafkin Druid, which makes us getting to 5 green more reasonable. If we can pick up another one, this card might actually be playable. We've never run this with any success, but in this narrow case, I'm going to try it. This would make me kind of want 1 Gift of Paradise if I'm in a position to get one. If I wasn't taking this, I'd be taking the Shock 100%. Golos, another card that makes getting the green a little easier. Suddenly we're getting rares thrown at us. I don't know why. If we weren't taking Golos, we'd be taking Thrashing Bronodon. This card is amazing. It's very difficult to get through. It acts as that additional disenchant that just hangs out on the board and makes the opponent's life miserable. These are both great picks, and Golos just happens to be an artifact if we get Steel Overseer. Diamond Knight again. Diamond Knight could be another artifact boyo for the Steel Overseer synergy. Another Ferocious Pup isn't really where I want to be here because we're not seeing any overruns at all, and we're choked on 4s and 2s, so we could use more 3-drops. Diamond Knight is okay. It's not very good. We could take the Spectral Sailor and try to splash it. This is a very powerful card, but I don't think it's worth trying to warp the base for. Yeah. I guess we're stuck with the pretty mediocre Diamond Knight. Well, this is pretty bad too. We can take a Jungle Hollow to see if we want to splash the Ogre Siegebreaker or the Bone Splinters. I would want a gift on top of that, and then throw this and a gift in there for a couple black cards. That would be reasonable. Digger is also a fine 3-drop. Honestly, we'd probably just take Digger. Continuing to not really see any of the elemental payoffs we needed. Well, we'll take the Highlands. Nothing else in this pack matters. This doesn't matter. Huh. I don't think any of these cards are playable. Uncaged Fury is playable. Not good, but playable. Yeah, I do not feel very strong about this deck. Just did not quite get there. We are going to make the best of it. Did not see a lot of the cards I want to see in this color combination. I probably would have been better rewarded to stick with white in that first pack, where I had the opportunity to bishop into Splicer. I'm a little apprehensive about white and tend to avoid it. Maybe I should be a little open-minded about that color. I haven't had a lot of success with it, and that's definitely colored my opinion downward. We need to cut a 4. The curve is pretty high on this, so we might not be, we might be 17 lands. What do we have for 2-drops here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough 2-drops. Wish we had more removal. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elementals. It's not very good. No, 7. Okay. Get out of here, you. We want to be a little heavier on green if we can. So we have 7. We can probably cut the fire elemental. We cut Chandra. Is that crazy? That seems crazy. That can't be right. Cutting the Raider too also seems bad. We have so little flying. Something's got to go. What do we have for threes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can cut a pup. We never got the overrun. That makes pup quite a bit worse. What do we have for interaction here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. That's not great either. A whole lot of not great. Whole lot of not great. Find another cut or two here. What is it? We got 1, 2, 3 things that sort of generate mana. Guess we could cut the cycle. We got shock, cycle, uncaged. We don't have any trample creatures. Keep wanting to cut this. This doesn't do very much. I know it's a 2-drop. Just doesn't do very much. So we're more red than green. Matters for naming Diamond Knight. Still kind of want to cut a land. And with 3.5 we can't cut a land. We'll run it like this. I'm not very confident with this one, but it's not terrible. Just definitely could have been better. I think cutting into black or white would have been the better pick for us in hindsight. Black showed a lot of promise early on. I don't think black-white is a good combination, so we probably would have ended up with some black and white cards and green or blue is our primary color. This is pretty honkin' slow. We really have to hope we draw into something here. We're in a setup where we could very much get run over. That helps quite a bit. We're in the mirror. We're already losing the mirror. Well, no blocks is not where we wanted to be. We have nothing else to do with our mana. Just hoping we could get him to block there. That would have been nice. Looks like a pretty similar deck to ours. got is the aeronaut again. That diamond knight could get out of hand. That's annoying, but that is a problem. Okay. So now we're screwed. Like, realistically, we're just screwed. I'm kind of glad this happened on stream because I talked about how if your draft is really bad, just try to grab as many heart piercing bows as you can, and sometimes you just win the game with them. This is going to be one of those games. So I think I cast this on red, so he wants to kill this. I mean, I have to feed something to him. There's nothing else I can really do about that. Wow. Maining natural end. So we're losing to perhaps the worst build deck I've ever seen. But that's how this game goes. You can lose to anything. And our opponent is playing a real garbage pile. We're definitely losing to it.
You ready? I'm ready. Let's do this. Haha! Toasted! Keep it up and you'll get hurt.
We needed something that wasn't a mountain there. That's unfortunate. And we continue to brick spectacularly by drawing nothing but lands.
I sure hope you can't handle the
if we
heat.
draw a growth cycle, we win next turn. If we draw a growth cycle or a feral, man, this guy is really about living that jank life. Triple heart piercer bow. I guess a Chandra, a shock, a growth cycle. We have a lot of outs here. Oh no, no we don't. Yeah. Draw? What? Yeah, not a draw. Well, that was awful. We got super cheesed by infinite heart piercer bows. This is still not a card I recommend you draft highly, but if you're a jank master, go for the 93 bow deck and see if your one creature survives. We have 2 drops into 3 drops. That seems fine with me. You should not be playing Scorch Spitter in a deck. That sucks. That we bricked off there. That sucks a lot. Wow, we are really in trouble. Yep, we are really in a lot of trouble. Looks like we're going to be facing all mirrors that just draw better than us. Yep, that's fine. Yep. Yep. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Uh-huh. Jeez. Sometimes you can't play the game. Vorclaw? Oh no, he's one away. Rapacious Dragon? That would be bad. Rabid Bite our Leaf and Druid? Yeah. I've seen enough. So we got 7 wins and 1 loss yesterday. We're going to get 0 wins and infinite losses today. And there was really nothing I could do about it. These were not mulligans. These were definite keeps. We just got shafted by the magic gods, and shafted hard. It would have been hard for me to keep up with that on the draw, even if I had drawn lands. But the fact that they literally went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is so perfect that it nauseates me a little bit. Sad. If he slaps an aura on that right now, we're in real trouble. Uh-huh. I mean, why do I even talk? Naturally. Let's see, is he dead now? Yeah. Well, at least we won one game. And every strategy in this format is gross. Our people are just drawn really, really good against us. Also, whatever I say comes true. I buy a winning lottery ticket. I'm gonna have to leave the house later today to test that theory out. Wow, that's pretty sweet. I'd rather not let him plink Chandra. Well, now we get to save the Chandra reveal for a relevant play. Huzzah. How you doing,
City
buddy?
is so constraining. I need to be free. Whoosh! Up in flames!
Always respect the Audacious Thief. Is a very scary card, especially with green backing it up. Because if they have Growth Cycle or Feral Invocation when they attack, you are real screwed, my friend.
Time to turn up the heat.
Wow. Couldn't get out from behind the Chandra. Must have had more thieves. They're blood burglars. Man, Best of One is a really volatile format. Steel Overseer and Chandra's Ember Cat. I don't like going first that much in this format, but gotta keep this. The hope here is Steel Overseer into land, into Diamond Knight, and then we can just go totally insane. But even in a 17 land deck, apparently, we don't get a lot of love. Ooh, maybe we do. I'm just gonna do this right now. How do people get all their mana colors so damn fast? That's all I want to know. Are we doing Amber Cat to try to get to Fire Elemental next turn? Yeah. Okay. Alright. I mean, I'll take it. We went from a 0-3 deck to at least 3 wins. We got some of our stake back. And we did take 2 rares we didn't have. And each rare is valued at about 100 gems. So 1 win and we're at 650, 2 wins, and it's completely free. Yeah, Leaf Can into Brawler into Vorclaw seems quite good. Assuming nothing here. We did not need that. Ooh, and our opponents continue to have all the mana all the time. That's pretty nice. Ooh. Boy, is this going to go sideways. Shock. Okay. Well, our opponent's perfect rainbow draw and our draw of 7 lands aren't really lining up that well. Yep. Oh yeah, this is about as bad as it can get. So my chance of winning here is 0%. 7 lands, that's 7 lands for those following at home. I don't see any reasonable way to win against this kind of advantage. Jesus. He's now drawn 4 free cards. And gained 8 life. And we've drawn 4 lands in a row! Thank you very much! Holy crap! Nine left in the deck. And every spell he's cast is an elemental. Unreal. Positively unreal. You know what? We're done here. Well, that sucked a lot. So we got to 500 gems. All of our losses were in explosive, ridiculous, non-interactive fashion, which is best of 1. Some of our draws were pretty bad. I mean, bricking on land in one of the games and just auto-losing. For example, in that game where our opponent mulliganed and then just went off like it was a constructed deck, that was pretty bad. Hey, we got a bonus pack. So we basically broke even here. I hope at the very least you enjoyed that roller coaster ride with me. That was painful. I need a nap, a lozenge, a bowl of ice cream, and someone to tell me they love me. But until then, I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you next time. Later on.